We've all heard that old saying, right? Practice makes perfect. Just put in the hours and you'll get the results. But what if that's not the whole story? What if, and this is a big what if, the hours you're logging are actually holding you back? Today, we're going to tear apart this idea that experience is everything. Just think about that one skill you've poured your soul into. Maybe it's a game you've been grinding night after night, or that guitar you've been trying to master, or even the code you've been writing. You've probably put in 1,000 hours. Heck, maybe even more. And let's be real for a second. That is a serious commitment. 1,000 hours. That's basically like working a full-time job for 6 months straight with no breaks. You've shown up, you've put in the time, you've logged those hours. You should be a pro by now, shouldn't you? But that's the really frustrating part, isn't it? After all that time, you feel stuck. Like you're playing on the same level, hitting that same wall, and making the exact same mistakes over and over again. After all that work, why does it still feel like you're losing? Well, here's some good news. It's probably not you. Seriously. It's not about a lack of talent or anything like that. It's about the process. You've most likely fallen into what's called the repetition trap. And it's this place where we mix up just doing something a bunch with actual, meaningful practice. The core of this whole trap is something called the consumption mindset. It's when you're just going through the motions. You're physically there, you're doing the thing, but your brain is kind of checked out. You're just passively consuming the experience instead of actively learning from it. So how can you tell if you're caught in this trap? Well, the symptoms are pretty clear. You find yourself making that same silly mistake again and again. And when things go wrong, it's always someone else's fault. It's the bad luck, the internet lag, the faulty equipment. You're completely focused on the clock, just counting the hours, instead of focusing on the quality of those hours. Okay, so this is a critical moment. It's like a fork in the road. You can have two people, both with the exact same 1,000 hours under their belt, but they end up in completely different places, and it all comes down to their mindset. Let's just break it down. Over here, you've got the noob, who's stuck in that consumption mode. Their focus is just on time played. When they fail, they blame something. Their solution to every problem is just, well, I guess I need to play more. And the result? They stay stuck. But then, you have the pro. They're all about reflection. Their focus is on the quality of their play. When they fail, they analyze it. Their mindset is, I need to refine my approach. And the result for them? Real, actual growth. And that right there brings us to the single most important idea in all of this. If you remember only one thing, make it this. Time in does not equal growth. Reflection does. Progress isn't about a stopwatch. It's about your ability to stop, think, and actually learn from what just happened. Okay, so we figured out the problem. We understand this whole trap. So the million-dollar question is, how do we get out? How do we build what we're calling a reflection engine to actually start growing? Well, it's way simpler than you might think. Here it is. This is the simple 3-step formula to shift from noob to pro. First step, pause. The moment you fail, just stop. Fight that urge to immediately dive back in. Step 2, analyze. Ask yourself one simple, honest question. Why did that happen? Not what the lag did, but what did I do? And finally, step 3, adjust. Based on your answer, decide on one small, specific thing you're going to do differently next time. That's it. That's the whole loop. Pause, analyze, adjust. This is how you actually build skill. And honestly, this should feel really empowering. Because what it means is that your ability to grow isn't tied to some talent you were born with or not. It's a direct result of your habits. You have all the control. You can choose to just mindlessly repeat what you've been doing, or you can choose to mindfully reflect and get better. That choice is yours, every single time. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on, because this whole idea, it's so much bigger than just a video game or a hobby. Take a look at your career, your relationships, even your personal goals. Where else in your life are you just logging hours, just stuck in that repetition trap? And more importantly, what's one small adjustment you can make today to turn on that reflection engine? Something to think about. Thanks for diving into this with me.